Hey everyone, and welcome to Razor's Edge. This is Jim, and today we're doing another quick trip to Japan, and this time we're targeting the giant barb. The giant barb is an interesting fish. Um, they feed primarily on algae and underwater plants. Um, but occasionally they'll hit on insects, and we'll be using crickets for this one. I couldn't find any spinner or lure bait for these, which made sense primarily because they are a plant eater. Um, so there's several ways to catch them. You can either use a feeder with bait and a feeder to supplement that. But I found just using simple crickets or sufficient enough with a bobber. Um, the reason we're chasing them, well, of course, because I'm going crazy over this leaderboard. Keeps things fun. Always keeps this game interesting for me. And I noticed that, although we have number 4 now in the Wells catfish, we haven't really hit anywhere near some of these massive sizes. And I kind of figured the scoring out, and I always just click on biggest fish. So it looks like the biggest one on record for this month is almost 700 pounds. I'm not sure what that comes out in kilo. Um, I changed the metric. Apologies, but so that's where we're going. They're pretty simple to find, whether you're in advanced mode, or in normal mode. So let's cruise over, and it looks like we're already there. Um, First thing I did, obviously, I go for my boat. I still don't know what the name of that boat is. But that is at let's get through the buffering here. On the map, it is located at number 9. Um, you can fish for these by land, by using the map transportation, just teleporting. Hey, look, no wood sounds. Interesting. I didn't notice that. So you can find some right off the docks right here, but we're looking for the bigger ones. And everything seems to be on that corner of the map where those archers were, from my previous video. Now, right away I see a pretty big blips there. And then something I've been using lately is Hunter's Vision. I don't know if that works with the advanced, or if you're on the expert mode. But it's pretty handy, especially if you know what the body type of the fish looks like. And those big blips were not what we were looking for. Those were Wells catfish, so we'll keep heading out here. We're going towards that island right there with the big arch on the top. And I see some candidates there. Now I can use that. And there we go. So we're parked right on top of one. Let's go forward a little bit. And I think we'll set up camp here. There we go. So they're primarily like flat, bulky, and that's one right there in front of me where the cricket is as a marker. But that's what we're looking for. Hook size, obviously, since we're upwards of 600 pounds, we could probably get away with using the 77. And then, as I said, crickets, strongest spool I could find without going into the deep sea spoolers. Bobber, I tend to use the recommended 4 grams of weight, and then I max out the depth for the float line. And that's really it. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can't. Let's see first of all where he went. Hello. Oh, it must be on cooldown, or I broke it. There we go. Alright, so we're going to cast out a little bit in front of it. The one I want is actually behind me. And if I don't get a strike right away, I'll pause and wait till I get one online. But there's the orange bridge that I was talking about. Seems like most of the bigger fish are on this end of the lake. I think that one's going to be a little bit too small. Nope. I stand corrected. You guys always bring me luck. And I forgot to preset. Every time I'm doing a video, you guys are like, bring me luck. Not too bad of a fight. Again, if you've watched my previous videos, I'm using no drag, and then I just manually use the middle mouse button or whatever it is to take the drag off, or to set the drag, just to give them a little bit of line. This is going to be the 5th time. This is a bigger one. Speed this up a little bit. Wow. This is probably one of my favorite DLC. Also like the one in the Amazon where a lot of the cichlids are at, the Oscars, and really enjoyed that DLC. Then the Florida Keys, Green, they're all really good. There's only one that I really dislike. And we'll take a look at that one at the end here. I don't recommend it. It was horribly done. Oh, it wasn't that big. Only 300. I will sell him. But, I don't know if I can see DLC from here. No, I can't. So anyway, that's the Barb. The giant Barb. They're gonna be right around here. I also find them over there by the shoreline. Just out of casting range from land. Here, let's see if I see any out there. I don't see any right now. As the day changes or the hour, they'll move. But primarily I find them around in this area. So let's take a look here real quick, because I did mention a DLC, and I do want to show you which one I was talking about. And I was talking to somebody that left a comment. I still don't know why you're having issues with those Greenland shark. And I don't know how proactive the dev team is at getting back to these bug reports, but it sounds like you're doing everything right as far as your loadout. But this is that it? Yeah. It's the one right before the Florida Keys. This Tupou Lake, this is horrible. I mean, god awful horrible. It just looks like they threw this together as quick as they could. I would have been embarrassed. Wait, is this the one? I might be wrong. I definitely don't want to be wrong. I'm bashing the DLC. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. I don't even know what those are. What do you catch here? Let me see. Where was this at? Tupa Lake. I wonder if those are carp. Pretty big for a carp. What their body style looks like. They could be this. No, they're not the salmon. Huh. I don't know. Let's cast. We'll catch one. I didn't even look to see what they hit. It might be the salmon. But I'm guessing they're probably that. What are the weight sizes? I haven't caught one. Interesting. Let me figure out what they hit on and let's see what these are. Yeah, it's definitely my hook size might be off here. So they feed off of I think I put a wax worm. Hold on, let me look real quick because I know my hook size is wrong, way wrong. Let's drop this down. I like this one because it has a pretty wide range, but it may still be too big. And they feed off wax worm. Yeah, wax worms. Let's see if I have it right now. Oh, I didn't mean the video to go this way, but since we're here, and I honestly don't remember what frustrated me about this map. Oh well, it doesn't matter because I hadn't even intended on going here. But let me teleport around. I think primarily just because it doesn't really. I mean, it's not bad, but it just kind of looks like it was rushed. Let's go to some of these other points. Yeah, there was nothing exciting about it. I don't even know if there's a point here that has a boat. I don't know. Maybe I should spend a little more time probing around. There's got to be a reason, but it just didn't do anything for me when you compare it to some of the other DLC. You know, as far as the color and landmarks and things like that. It's certainly no Amazon or Japan. Not that there's a whole lot in Greenland except for some really big fish. But this is another one I was kind of about this damn a couple of the points in the map actually put you on top of the dam. You can't even fish from there. Um, I just guess they did it so you could see it. I don't know what they were thinking. Then obviously these are all baked in from the original. Um, I think the other one that is, since we're talking about the base game that I really didn't like is Pal Lake. It's kind of an eyesore. But it comes with the game, so you don't need to buy. It's not something you're paying for. But anyway, that was the giant barb. Hopefully that helps. They're not god awful hard to find or catch. Um, and thanks for watching. Look forward to future videos and other games and titles, but it's kind of nice to dive back and reflect into one of my old favorites. So again, thank you, and we'll see you next time.